55% of adults have mental health related issues and they don't have the therapy services to help them with that.
People only go there because they have big problems. My family's gonna label that I'm crazy. Post-COVID, what we've been witnessing, there's been an increase of different mental health disorders. And when we think mental health disorders, right, we're thinking about depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Health insurance and those things are great, but there are challenges, scheduling challenges, finding the right individuals to work with people.
It touches all of us one way or another. Maybe the one good thing that came out of the pandemic situation is that brought the whole subject of mental health into a public forum.
We really need to break the stigma, like it's time.
Delhaven Community Center was founded back in 1972. We're going on 52 years. We have a number of programs and services for children, young adults, families, our special needs population. 4.5 years ago, prior to the pandemic, we started having discussions. We put together a committee to look at ways that Delhaven Community Center could potentially help those who are in a crisis situation with mental health. And back in February of 2022, we officially kicked off with the Because We Care program. There's really 3 focuses. Focus number 1 is to guarantee that when someone is referred to us in a crisis situation with mental health, we can get them the professional assistance or services they need within 24 to 72 hours to get that process started. We're not here to evaluate you or judge you. What we will do is we will connect you with a professional, and we've developed a network of therapists. And from that point, they then make the judgment.
My role is just basically providing and allowing the access for mental health treatment. We start sort of like that healing journey with the individuals, and then we make treatment recommendations thereafter.
When it first started, it was all centered on mental health services, which is the main focus. We have now also expanded to where we provide speech therapy, behavior therapy. We have the family support groups.
Right now in the behavior therapy industry, I've never seen wait lists the way they are now. You're looking at a 6 to 9 month wait list just to get assessed. And on top of that, after the assessment process, it takes about another 6 months to get started with one-to-one behavioral therapy.
You might need help right away and you meet a mental health, provider, and you just don't work well with that person, or that you don't feel comfortable with that person.
The second aspect is we cover the cost of the services. They can just go in, get the help they need, and worry about that.
We make sure that people are able to get their services at a rapid time.
Third aspect is supporting the family members, the loved ones. When you're having a crisis situation or someone you love is in a crisis situation, it affects all of those around you. There is no age discrimination when it comes to mental health crisis situations.
Since I've partnered up with Because We Care program, we've been able to provide services to someone as young as 5 and someone as old as 67.
We provide services like art therapy, specifically in Spanish, because we know that there's a great need for that. Rock climbing. We have music therapy. We also do support groups, a monthly support group for parents.
The Walk Out of Darkness is an amazing event. It's to bring awareness to, suicide prevention, bring support to those families who have experienced loss of a loved one due to suicide.
We had a little over 100 individuals from the community come in, and they did about a half-hour walk. We had entertainment, we had dinner, and then we had a special program of just individuals giving their testimonies. It ended with a really emotional candle lighting ceremony at the end. That kicked off the program. We just recently held our second one up at Industry Hills Expo Center. That Walk Out of Darkness is our signature event for Because We Care. It just brings everybody together, a chance to talk to others who have gone through the same challenges you are, come together, exchange stories, support each other.
So my family does have a history of mental health related issues, and so learning about the program and being part of the start of this program, it was very meaningful to me.
My son, who we talked about, went through 2 years of major depression, 2 years. And I had a father who was bipolar, manic depressive, took his life, when I was in my 20s. My brother also was bipolar, committed suicide about 10 years ago, took his life.
I grew up with a cousin who was severely impacted with autism. She also has diagnosed bipolar, but we didn't know that. She was undiagnosed.
My grandsons are twins and are both non-speaking autistic. The way that the pandemic hit, they were 3 years old and they were going to be aging out of regional center and going into the school district. When everything shut down, They lost all the resources that they had been getting. My daughter was devastated. Obviously, I was devastated. Our first thing I thought of was Delhaven. They were able to get them help in a really quick, timely manner. They started finding speech therapy for the boys, and now they still get speech therapy and occupational therapy.
I've used the services and it's very greatly impacted my life in a positive way. I've had therapy before, but not like because we care. I think that this program gives people a safe space to not feel embarrassed, to feel like an individual.
Participar en el programa me hace sentir a gusto porque cuando llego a la clase se aparta uno del resto del mundo, del resto de su vida. Si uno está teniendo estrés con cualquier, pues para las que trabajan, pues del trabajo, pues ese es un tipo de relajamiento, de tiempo para nosotros, tiempo para uno.
This foundation is young, and I am so proud and so excited of the great work and how far it has come in such a short time.
Having this program and have it be for the community and making sure that we tailor around people's individual needs is so important to us.
Mental health awareness leads to change. It leads to healing. It's okay to access therapy, right? There's nothing wrong with you.
Someone has to care. Someone has to have compassion. We care.